there's this silverback thing going on, right? With the 100 men and the silverback. So many people, right, think that men can beat the silverback, while at times I see people with logic go, there's no way. So we raised the bar a little bit. How many Jon Jones does it take to beat one gorilla, Chael Sonnen? Here's what's good about ESPN, though. While we can do this over and over everywhere, other podcasts, with friends, everybody's doing it, ESPN has an expert that will tell us how many Jon Joneses it would take to beat a silverback when we're done. But your point, your thought, how many Jon Jones beats a silverback gorilla?
All right, now I got to tell you this. We don't get political over here, but I am a little bit of an activist for animals. I don't love the idea of us going and beating up this gorilla, so I just have to change it slightly. Right, this is going to be in good spirit. We're going to pin him, or we're going to find a way to make this a sport. We're not just going to go hurt this poor gorilla. But you want to know something? A lot less than people think. Now, sure, that gorilla is going to grab you. He's going to tear some stuff. He's going to bite into you. You're going to have to sacrifice a few Jon Joneses. But while that gorilla's mouth is full and while his hands are doing something else, and you got the third Jon Jones and fourth Jon Jones coming around, coming to his back, chopping out the knees, I think 10 Jon Joneses probably gets it. I think it probably gets it done.
You're stupid.
Really?
Ken, I always respected you as a smart human being. No amount of Jon Joneses beats a gorilla, Chael.
There has to be a amount. What do you know about a gorilla's cardio? You think a gorilla can just fight all night?
1,000. 200 Jon Joneses, 300 Jon Joneses maybe. 100? Chill, guess what? There's something to, it's the best. So when a dog chases a person, right? Say a dog gets loose. If you and I are standing there and I take off running, what are you going to do?
If you take off run, well, I'm going to have to run too. I'm going to have to run faster than you.
Yes. Human nature tells you. Chael, I have seen people running in a direction. If we could take 5 people, run towards another group of people, that group of people will then in turn and run too. Because you see and recognize fear and danger. Because why are they running? Those first few, Chael, those ones that get sacrificed, your eyes see what happens to those people. And you start thinking to yourself, that could be me. So then fear sets in. Now you're not aggressive anymore. Now everybody's on the heels because you got 3 dead Jon Joneses. His head is off, Chael. The gorilla has now taken him and ripped off his arms, smacked him upside his head with it, or just twisting necks, Chael. The next 5 people are like, I don't want to go. So now you're on your heels and the gorilla is now on the offense. Then what? You are acting as if the first 5 die, and then everybody else is brave enough to say, I'm willing to take the chance to get this thing.
It's very interesting. I mean, you're saying I thought about it wrong. I feel like you thought about it too much. I mean, a gorilla's a real thing, but listen, there's an actual story out there. My former coach, undefeated UFC fighter, is only 1-0, but the great Mark Schultz, NCAA World Olympic gold medalist. Mark Schultz took on a bear. There was a thing going around Stillwater, Bingo the wrestling bear, and he was declawed and they put a muzzle on him, but if you could pin the bear, they give you $500. Mark Schultz choked that bear out in a front headlock, and the bear let out a gasp as it was getting choked, like it was actually sad for the people who were there. He rolled that son of a bitch over and he pinned him. The bar owner refused to pay him, claiming that a pin was not wrestling terms where he's back. You got to get his arms and you got to pin it down like you're playing with a sibling. Didn't pay him the money. But I'm only sharing with you that was one Mark Schultz with limited training and a front headlock, and he put down Bingo the wrestling bear. I don't know why all of a sudden we got this big belief of gorillas. I will tell you, a gorilla comes to West Lynn, he had better pick somebody's else's house. I like gorillas. I would try to feed him. I'd invite him in. I'd offer him a banana. But at the end of the day, I will whip his ass if he touches my TV. And the real question, by the way, partner, is not how many gorillas does it take or how many Jon Joneses does it take to beat a gorilla. The real question is how many gorillas would it take to lift a cage off Jon Jones when Asada shows up for a drug test? That's the real question. How many gorillas would it take to get Conor McGregor off of drugs and into the octagon? That's the real question.
Chill.
I feel like your attention has been diverted.
Yo, chill. Listen. Mark Schultz did beat the bear.
Yep.
But the bear's wearing a muzzle the whole time.
Yep.
He's wearing a muzzle the whole time. This gorilla's not. And now he's scared. Chill, when animals are scared, They go crazy. I don't think 100 Jon Joneses can get the gorilla.
I will tell you this, which might surprise you. Do you know how many gorillas it takes to beat a silverback gorilla? And the answer is 2. And it's very common in nature when the silverback goes and he's a jerk for long enough, 2 of them finally team up and they go get the jump on him. I mean, I'm just saying, no matter how good you are, you've only got so many limbs.
But they're
you get 4 Jon Joneses, that's 1 for each arm and one leg. You get 1 Jon Jones coming in over the top. I'm just saying.
I watched a friend. I heard a story of one of my friends who went do it with the gorillas. He got hit by the gorilla. He got hit by the silverback in his back. He said that it ran because the guy that he was with did not cower down fast enough. And so the gorilla thumped his chest. He said it's as loud as anything you've ever heard. The gorilla charged at him. He said, and it swiped him. Like we swipe flies, Chael. Boom, get out of my way. He said he woke up under the brush 10 feet away from where he was sitting. Whoa. And it just did boom. He said he looked back expecting it to be ready to kill him. And he said he looked back and it's literally got bamboo in its mouth and it's just eating because it didn't even put a fraction of its power to move him out of the way. That's why I don't think that humans can deal with them because they're just too strong. They're like 100 men in terms of strength. Okay, I'll give you the answer now in terms of what our expert said. And here, this whole expert thing, this has never happened. So, sure, you're an expert, but okay, here's what they said. They said that it would take 5 to 8 Jon Joneses minimum to beat 1 gorilla, assuming they are able to coordinate a trained team and are willing to take the risks of serious injury or death. Yeah. But the margin of error would be very, very tiny, Chael. You only got 1 chance. It's like the Avengers. Hey, Doctor Strange, there's only 1. And Strange goes, this is it. This is the 1 in 1 million that we can actually beat Thanos. That gorilla would be in there like Thanos, dog. You mess up once, it's over. If even 1 guy gets caught by a swipe or bit early, it could tip the fight in the other direction. 1.
Well, okay. Our expert got off the hook, though, when they said minimum. I mean, a minimum of 5 to 8. Now, you could have 5,000 be the actual number, and you still come in within the parameter. I will just tell you this. You and I versus a gorilla, we're probably not coming home that night, but we might. I would give Miss Brittany a kiss, but I feel like we would be coming in the door. I don't know. I don't know what the gorilla's cardio is. Yeah. What is its heart like? Can it dig deep? Does the gorilla ever get picked back? I mean, it seems like the silverbacks, they all back down. It's not like he's fighting the other gorillas and then winning. They all back down because he's got this stripe down his back. I ain't backing down. I don't care if he's got a stripe down his back. I'm going to fight that gorilla. I'm going to find his eyes. I'm going to find testicles. I'm going to do dirty stuff. I'm going to be on steroids. I'm going to bring brass knuckles. You can't trust me. I'll stick the gorilla. You'd have no idea what I might do.
Hans Moleman.
I don't follow rules.